Okay, welcome to yet another episode. This time we're branching out and we're doing the Alliance side for the first time. With me today I have two members of Turtles. We have the guildmaster Pewbs. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And as well we have Lagenberg.
Thank you for having us.
And Lagenberg, you're an officer, right?
Um, that's a hard question at the moment.
I'll answer.
Yeah.
He is basically still an officer, yeah, even though he wanted to step down some time ago.
Some time ago.
Yeah, let's say 2-3 months, maybe.
He's been wanting to step down for 2 or 3 months, but you won't
Yeah,
let him.
he kind of stepped down, right? But we didn't never really made it official or demoted him or anything like that. He still sticked around for officer meetings and all that.
It's like I'm being held against the wheel with a gunpoint.
But that seems perfect. You get to have opinions, but you don't have the obligations, right?
Well, that's the thing for a lot of our current officers too, though. People just have a lot of opinions, but nothing happens, right?
Yeah.
We can touch on
That's
that later.
That's how I work all the time.
Yeah,
I just come in and I ignite the fires and then I say, now it's your work.
I can respect that, right? You just ignite the fire under the feet of those who actually need to act on your opinions or
Yeah, and when everybody's fighting about whatever I started, I just say, my work here is done, and I go away.
yeah. But Logan is, I'll call him Logan. He is basically a source of information for us. He knows a lot from private servers and all that, and he's very valuable to the team, even though he couldn't put as much time in to taking all the decisions and stuff anymore, which is why he's still an officer to me.
So are you like the speedrunning brain, Logan?
Not necessarily, but I'm just I'm the guy that posts all like data sheets and graphs and like useful little tips and things. Like I'm just I'm just there to give some context to every single decision, I think,
Okay, I see.
or looking over logs and
So you began here on Bloodfang. You began by ranking, right, Pubes? You transferred here on one of your warriors to rank up, right?
That would be correct. I transferred late November, the week I hit rank 12. Day after I got my BRE, by the way. Just had to put that in there too.
Okay.
So I basically joined Debris, I transferred to Bloodfang, and the reason was because brackets were being done on Firemaw by a guild called Progress, which I'm sure most people know. And it would take about 3 to 4 extra weeks to rank there than it would on Bloodfang.
How long did it take on Bloodfang?
So I was ranked 12 when I transferred. I believe I kept ranking for 7 weeks.
Okay.
So I instantly took brackets over when I came to Bloodfang, because I had a friend here called I Play Pong. And I met him through some cross-realm Alterac Valley Discord. That's how I ended up on Bloodfang.
Oh, so you just came here and you went like, look at me, I'm the leader now.
you
Essentially,
basically
yeah. Because
overtook the brackets.
Yeah, I just
forcibly.
Well, in the beginning, I wasn't supposed to get the bracket 1 slot. I was supposed to sit in bracket 2, but one of the guys in bracket 1 stepped down from ranking, so then I took it.
Did he step down or did you put him down?
Oh, he went on vacation, he said. He kept, like, the guy came back a month later, dude, and then he wanted to rank again. And so, yeah. I didn't do anything in that regard. I just made sure I got the spot when he stepped down. So I set up the structure for ranking for everyone, which the majority appreciated, right? Then you have people like the name Torras comes to mind, right? which I'm
Yeah,
sure you know.
exactly. Exactly. That's the first point of drama, and that happened even before the guild transferred here. That's impressive.
That would be correct, yeah.
Yeah. So Torras was ranking, and he was on his last week. He was rank 11, right? And he was gonna stop at rank 12.
Correct. He was rank 11, 95%. And there's some more story to this, because the week before, our pool size was lower than we anticipated, so he was supposed to be done the week before.
Oh man.
So it just adds layers to everything, right? And like, I'm sure you want me to dive into this, so I'm just gonna. We found out that he was botting essentially in his last week. And just to clarify, I did pledge. I'm saying the truth, nothing but the truth there. Hand on the
Yeah,
Bible, all that. So what we did, in short, we summoned him to Mulgore, and we farmed dishonorable kills to derank him.
yeah. I saw the video of it, and
Yes.
it's very obvious what happened.
Well,
I think it was a trend back then. Like people were posting that kind of shit on Reddit, and that's where the idea sparked, right? Because
Yeah.
there were a lot of people that were using some sort of auto accept script and something to keep them not AFKing out from AV. So basically, you just invite them to the party and just summon them, and they would auto accept everything, and then you just derank them.
So did you find out that he was botting inside of Battlegrounds as well?
Yeah, we got some rumors from because we were in a big cross-realm ranking Discord, like with premates for Alterac Valley, and the name Torras came up a lot, and we also saw a pattern. Because believe it or not, like I had actually had a proper conversation with Torras before we essentially denied him rank 12. Even though he was trying to brute force and threatening with his infinite time and infinite money to break the brackets, like he still stayed put and he followed. But when we figured out he was botting, like we couldn't stand by that, so we decided to do what we could to stop him.
Yeah, I've read through the immature file that's created and collected a bunch of pictures and chats with Torres about it.
Yeah.
And honestly, my impression is kinda he just seems desperate in the end. Like it's over, and he seems like a guy with nothing to lose that just calling out a bunch of threats just in the air.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I got as well. It's a wounded animal, right? So I didn't really take what he said that serious, but I still took pictures of all of it, most of it.
Yeah.
Because these conversations you see in the Imgur is basically all with me, except for some exceptions.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm sending you some screenshots from my conversations with him as well. Obviously, they are under a different Discord ID, but these screenshots are after me bringing up that Torras got basically just caught botting, and
Oh
nobody
yeah.
would react to this like if they were somebody else.
So these are from the guy called XX Turtle Killer XX.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're claiming that that is Torres.
Well, if like he started messaging me after I said on the Bloodfang Discord that Torras is basically the guy that got to rank 11, 95%, and got DK'd on the last week to rank 12 due to running auto accept script / PvP bot. And does it make even sense that anybody else would react like that? I'm just adding the last little bit of where you can see what I wrote on the Bloodfang Discord.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because that was interesting because he he added something related to this, and that was a member of yours, OPY or
Yeah,
OP,
correct.
and he posted a video that is on an account from one of the former Turtles members called Sarkem or something.
Yes.
And
Uh,
on that YouTube video, there is he's filming Opie, whatever to call him, when he's on his druid and he's doing some auto jumps. And he's saying basically that you guys are hypocrites because you have a botter inside of your guild.
Well, OP was a former concept member, just to give some story.
at that time, he was a concept member.
Yeah, and Circum had it out for OP. Not really sure why. They were ranking together or something.
Yeah, and they had this minor dispute about the farming spot in the troll village. Do you remember this?
I don't know.
Okay. But they had this minor dispute about who gets to farm in the troll village, aka boost their alt while mage AoEs down the trolls that spawn gigafast between
That's
Fellwood
the
and
location the video is from, actually.
yes. Yeah. So they had a dispute about that spot, and I think Zerkem just got a bit mad about it. I haven't really scoured through that video because I didn't really find it that interesting because it's just somebody jumping. Yeah, sure, it could be
It's a
somebody.
video of someone jumping every 20 seconds.
Yeah.
That's it.
So it could be a bot or it could be a script. I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on that. But that's basically what I know about the story.
Yeah, so the reason Torras linked that is because we was giving concept more shit for having more scripters in the guild at that time. Basically, just pressuring even more on the point that Torras basically scripted, botted, and got denied rank for 12. Just to stick it to him, really, because he still claims that we hacked his account and got his credit card info and all that.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's been mixing more and more people into the mess, and like his story changes every single time.
Yeah, so that's sort of why I personally kept sticking it to him, because he became obsessed with me and also obsessed with the guild. I don't really know why still to this day.
Well, perhaps because he put a lot of effort into grinding that rank.
But did he though? If he fucking botted?
True.
I mean, then you would just finish the week normally without your script or bot or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that would never happen, right? I think it's more when we came to the server, right? Turtles. In early March. Concept was kind of the big dog on Alliance. His guild. Torras was GM.
Yeah, that
He
as
was
well.
had a fairly high standing, I would say, right? Even though Epic Fabriken was the best guild on the server. When we came, that changed. Because we came before the Firemaw invaded completely, even though we are also from Firemaw. We came before the free transfers. And when you lose your standing on the server, plus you lose rank 12, I mean, you could say because of me. I think it's because of him or his actions.
Yeah.
Then I think that does something to a guy, right?
I see that. I see. So really, it's about more than just botting. It's some politics involved.
It's about so much.
Well, as I said to you prior to the episode, this is gonna be special. It already is to me. Like having guys botting and still staying on the server. That's new to me.
And still being in like he never left concept. He still was an officer slash GM, and nobody really seemed to care. Like, yeah, sure, why not? But he still keeps recoiling and fighting back about, like, he brings it up constantly himself as well, that he did not bot.
But this guy supposedly scripting in your guild. Did he rank as well?
OP.
Yeah.
I don't think it was ranking necessarily.
So it was more of avoiding Q things. No, he was never on Firemaw with you guys. It was a concept.
He was in concept, and I think he's like, he has some affiliations with Rainbow Hearts as well.
Yes.
At least now. I don't really know him that well because he's kind of new in our guild.
Okay. Okay, I can't figure out a reason for him to use the script, but it kind of looks like he does on the video.
Yeah,
But-
I'm not sure why. Like, I never delved into it.
But
He
let's,
didn't use the script to try to hurt others by breaking or threatening others, so.
it's
And I'm
just,
talking about PvP brackets there.
I was just standing at the region that's out of bounds, jumping.
I could find an easy explanation for that. So if you're getting boosted there, you just try to not get AFK kicked. And back then, you just or this has changed a lot in this game, in regards of how you will get forcibly logged out due to being AFK or not doing certain inputs. And even if you do those, you still get kicked nowadays. Back then, it required you to do an actual input that either used an ability or changed your position in the game. So that's maybe one reason, but that's just speculating.
Okay, I see. Okay, so what did it take you to actually convince the other guys to come to Bloodfang?
Oh man. So, well, a lot of our core members were kind of fed up with Firemaw at that point, so it wasn't too hard to get them to transfer because nobody wanted the queues. Because it was absolute shit show, like waking up early to just to get in with like 4 to 6 hour queues. And if you like were closing in on raid time, you were scared to go and like take a shower or go to the bathroom because you might just miss the raid if you get locked out. So it was constant stress and it was really hard to play the game that way. And we have a lot of people with work and like some have kids and like families, so it's not viable for them.
Yeah, it's crazy that you did that for months.
Yeah, and it obviously just wasn't sustainable. So everybody kind of agreed that they are ready to transfer. We had like maybe 2 or 3 people that did not initially even want to consider transferring. But I think 2 of those we got with us, and at least 1 we left, and they became a progress member or something.
Okay.
Our roster was about 40 people then, and we struggled
Just
with
about.
Yeah, we struggled with filling raids, all that. 35-man MCs.
That's a
35-man
36-man
BBLs.
guild.
Yeah. And basically the pros we came up with was I was bracket leader because I had been PvPing here. Remember, I had been on the server for about 4 months when we came. We would be the best guild on the server, the fastest. We already knew this by looking at Epic's time. Not sticking it to Epic here, but.
We also recognized that they would be like solid competition, so.
Yeah, for sure.
So that we're not coming to a server just to dominate it, but that there's at least somebody that has decent times.
Well, dominate the server was something that was said a lot in the discussions. Like I'll say that much.
Yeah, that was the selling point, right?
We wanted to be the big dog. We wanted world bosses. We wanted ease of recruitment. But also we wanted less people out in the world. less gold inflation at the time. I mean, mage boosting and all that has fucked the economy on X amount of servers by now, but and also being able to farm your own shit. Again, when they open transfers from Firemaw to Bloodfang, ironically enough, like a month after we came, wasn't it something like that?
I was
Yeah.
so mad because I paid like 250 euros for all my transfers.
Holy.
Yeah, so that happened. We transferred early mid-March, and free transfers from Firemaw to Bloodfang, and 2 other completely dead servers open. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah, and there was no other choice but Bloodfang. Like nobody's going to go to Judgment or Dragonfang when they're absolutely dead.
exactly.
Did you think? Do you think that the migrations worked good when they opened it free?
No.
I hated them.
So
mean,
many
it's-
alliance, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Firemaw is a very horde-dominated server, so I guess a lot of alliance wanted to escape. And I mean, it's easy for us to say we came and people say we destroyed the server. I'd like to think we revived the server when we came.
Well, it was a pleasant dad server, and then you guys came and wanted to pump.
Yeah, that's the thing. We both ruined, and I do think we gave it new life as well, and we still do.
Yeah, it's not a PVE server anymore, at least.
Well, to be fair, we're not even that active. Like we have our spurts or like small moments where we decide, no, now we're gonna do something. We're gonna blow up this raid, and that's it. And then we're gone for like a while again. Like we have maybe, let's say 5 or 6 videos of our little escapades, and that's about it. I don't even know if all of them have been posted to Bloodfang Discord. This guy that made them also quit at some point.
Most are posted, but one of the first things we did when we came here was to look and track down Epic Fabriken and wipe the raid, or
Yeah.
attempt.
Yeah, it was just an objective, but we need to do this. We established domination.
Oh,
We established dominance over them.
yeah. And how did that work out?
We killed about 30 out of 40 of their BVL raid. Have you not seen the video?
I've seen the video. I remember it.
Turtle
You
autism.
guys all logged in simultaneously.
Yeah, so we waited patiently for about 2 hours, and people wanted to leave, but we stayed strong, and finally they came.
I remember it being really weird because they were there for a long time with their alts, killing everybody in the mountain. And we were just
Yeah.
like, are they even gonna raid, or is this just like, are they scared, or do they know what's going on? And when they finally came, it was so nice because a lot of people were getting kind of frustrated at that point because we thought that maybe they somehow knew that we were waiting for them.
Yeah, Epic Fabriken used to be a lot more cocky prior to when you came, because they used to have this thing like we rule Blackrock Mountains, and they would run around there in PvP, and they had no competition at all. And then you came in like Miley Cyrus with her wrecking ball and bombed Kargoth on the first day you came. I think you took Kazakh on the first day you came here as well.
Yeah, the first week.
First week, okay.
I
From
think
concept.
the
Well-
first week we cleaned up the auction, or first day we cleaned up the auction house on Alliance side and just tried to hide the fact that we came here so that nobody would expect our PvP shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when the open migrations happened and people from Firemaw came to Horde side and they just figured out, oh, this is a lot cheaper than I'm used to, so they just bought everything off the auction house as well. It was really annoying.
On Firewater was at that point like 10 or 8 gold, and here it was 2.5. So it was like a paradise for us.
Yeah, I get it.
A paradise we ruined, and then more Firemaws came in.
Was it a lot more of the world PvP on Firemaw? Because on Bloodfang it was completely dead, except for Epic Fabric now.
Well, it was like a constant phase 2 almost, because if you went to open world, there was always somebody to contest you if you wanted to farm something.
Yeah, and if you mean the open world PvP, when it came, like anywhere you went, you would have hordes of, or groups of horde of like 10 people.
Any Kong Strongs?
Yeah, I mean, it was really toxic, but it was also very fun. Because a lot of the people in the guild were PvPing all day. So it was the best possible.
Yeah, I guess you guys
Server.
were kind of hard earned after that.
Yeah, you could say. If you flew into Torian Point after 10 in the morning, you wouldn't get out. So we would have to be very sneaky and strategic to get our honor for the week and all that. And get some proper PvP.
So your perception is that the server was better before the migrations open, right?
The server was perfect when we came here.
Don't you think it would have kept declining, though?
Maybe.
At a slower rate.
Yeah, perhaps. My perception was that the server was declining. At least it felt like every week it got more and more empty. And then you came, and then all of a sudden migrations opened, and then just turned over the whole server.
It was interesting because Bloodfang peaked at that time as a high population server. And
Yeah, we had queues.
and it was a moment also when we were deciding where we were going to go, because a lot of people were against Bloodfang and they feared it is a dead server and there's nothing there, and you can't even find dungeon groups or stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know, like other servers were like big servers, Firemaw and Gehennas. Now they seem to be a bit more dead even than Bloodfang if you go there and just run around, depending of your faction, of course. But
Well, Gehennas is a raid log server.
Yeah.
Because as Alliance you cannot play. You can't
Oh.
play the game, basically.
Is it that
Anywhere-
hard dominated?
Anywhere you go, you'll get griefed or killed. Well, at least if you're getting world buffs, you need to do it in the morning or at odd times.
wake up at 5 in the morning just to get the Songflower.
Yeah, that's how it is there. So, as to those, compared to those big servers like Firemaw, Gehennas, I much prefer Bloodfang, I have to say.
Okay.
I could be without some of the alliance skills there though.
Yeah, it's quite the imbalance at the moment.
It's just actually I'll skip that.
Too much toxicity.
I don't mind being toxic, but like some people just have really weird opinions.
Okay, sure.
I feel like we have kind of healthy relations with a few of the alliance guilds, but then there's few guilds that I don't know what we did to them. I don't really understand where all the hate is coming from, but seriously, I don't even care at this point. Like, if they want to hate on us, let them.
We're just toxic back.
Yeah, is it figure and trademark? They bring fire, we bring napalm.
I mean, basically.
Okay.
That's actually quote that Skirk used at some point in the Alliance GM Discord or Officer Discord.
Yeah.
So
Was it before Figuren said it?
it was way before, and it seemed kind of like it was a discussion where some alliance guilds, mainly I think Faceless, was planning to take counteraction against Epic Fabriken, and there it turned out that there was a mole that were relaying those messages and plans to Epic Fabriken, and they crossed them, and people were just trying to figure out who the mole was, and somewhere there was Skirk's message about I need to actually find it just a moment.
But the general thing is that people think we communicate a lot with the Horde and Epic and all that.
Oh yeah.
So we got accused. This was even before Scarborough grind and all that.
Yeah, because of when you did the world bosses, you helped out Epic Fabriken and they helped you out.
Refer to the channel. There's a screenshot of the.
It was a gentleman's agreement, basically. So none of us would waste time on the bosses.
Because that was also one of the points why we came here. We had people who don't want to spend their whole day just fixing buffs. So it would be kinda stupid for us to go and invoke the rest of all the Horde guilds just to make our players feel uncomfortable again on the server.
But
And
were you ever contested by any other Horde guild than Epic?
no.
So it
But-
wasn't really every other Horde guild then.
Yeah,
but-
no, but they could have though. Like,
For me, it was I would rather Epic get the world boss than any other alliance guild at that point.
Yeah. For me as a Horde player, it's confusing to say the least when I heard about the collusion that you had on Alliance side with the world bosses, that you had two teams, one consisting of Vendetta, you guys, and Memories, and there was a second team consisting of Concept and Easy Clap going for the world bosses, and then you have Epic Fabriking helping you out as well. And on Horde side, we had nothing. We had no guilds working together at all.
we encountered some Horde bugs though, I think.
Yeah, pugs, exactly.
But they were run over, and it's easy to say that our coalition with Vendetta at the time and the Memories were dominant. But given Epic's multiboxer, they could still wipe us and make us waste a lot of time, especially on Emeries. So we just said that we're not fighting Epic. There's no point. Because of the lack of competition in general. If you lose a Drake to Epic, it's not gonna matter because you'll get 3 or 4 the next spawn anyway.
And I think we did not really have an agreement to help each other, but it was more like if you get the tag, yeah, sure, we will just leave. Like you get to have it.
Yeah.
Because no point fighting over the drakes and just waste everybody's time and make it expensive for everyone. Because the gear isn't worth it. And like I don't think there's any reason to be there just trying to grief each other.
But is this a change of the mindset from prior to you coming here, where you wanted to compete with the Epic Fabric and you ended up instead having this friendship with him?
Well, Epic talked about this on their episode. Like we wanted to show them that we were here in Blackrock Mountain. We did. Week after, they do the same, with a lot less success rate than what we had in terms of how many they killed. But what you need to realize is that for one, we're not a big guild. Two, we have dads. We have players that they just want to go into raids and pump with their world box. They don't care for everything around it. So to cater to those as well, not just being Sug, I want to kill people, PvP and all that. We figured, and they also, mind you, that it's much better to just work together and I don't know, let each other get into raids uncontested. Because at the time, Epic and Turtles were the only notable speedrunning guilds on this server.
True.
And we were close. Like, we were really close to each other back then. In terms of speed.
We had really rough PVLs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I might be a bit jealous actually. Maybe that's why I got a itch from this collaboration.
Well, I get if you're on the outside, right? I get that
Yeah.
it's frustrating, but let's put it into perspective, though. I'm jumping a bit forward into Elitism. So, back during World Bosses, World Dragons, Vendetta, Memories, and Turtles were working together on Alliance, right? And you could say we were working with Epic as well.
Yeah.
Why is it then wrong for everyone outside of the coalition? I'm talking Vendetta specifically now. Why do they bark so much when we're colluding with Hordes again? Which they also did, technically, during World Bosses. Why is that worse, right?
I'm quickly also gonna add about the Horde collusion. So if you feel jealous about it, I have to say that I was never approached by any single Horde guild that they would want to join us. And I've always said, if you contact me and we have something going on, we will consider it. Obviously, I will bring it to attention of the others, and we will decide it together. No one ever contacted me about anything, and then people are just kinda complaining that, oh, you are colluding and not asking us. Why are you getting to decide who gets to do this and that?
But you shouldn't have been approached by Horde guilds because it's against terms of service, and I will ban you from my 20 accounts.
This is true.
Yes.
It is true. And since Blizzard doesn't do anything about it, it's up to me and my 20 accounts.
Exactly.
Okay, but the perceptions of Turtles quite early became this sort of thanks Obama meme, but instead of thanks Obama, it became thanks Turtles. And for those who doesn't understand the thanks Obama meme, basically everything you can complain about, you say thanks Obama to it, because the conservatives didn't like Obama and they blamed him for everything. So explain the general view of Turtles in the beginning. Why did people dislike you early on?
Jealous.
Yeah.
Or jealousy.
Yeah, maybe they shared my view of the collusion.
And also, I think we made a bit too much waves, and I have to also admit, like we had a lot of spurgs in the Discord
Oh
that
yeah.
were not like we've had internal discussions and rules about how you're supposed to act, and one of them is that you should not try to like tarnish the guild's name and make it your mission that at least you will keep our reputation solid. But for some reason, when we came to Bloodfang, it seems like people forgot that, and everybody was just going full ham on Discord and flaming and talking trash, and like it was out of hand at that point, I think.
Yeah, it got to people's heads that we were the big dog now.
Oh really?
And for me, I enjoyed it. I feel people spurged out a bit too much on Discord, but it felt alive.
Oh yeah. You fucking sat there like Tony Montana.
I mean,
Capitalist pig.
Yeah, I'm a fat loser capitalist pig, like what can you say? And I have my guild is doing great and people are having fun, enjoying the game. And you say that people say the thanks Obama thing and blame Turtles for everything, but at the same time, like people, like say Where's turtles and when will turtles come save us? Shit like that. So to me, some people just need to grow up. Because we're not all that bad.
But
Yeah, but the thing might be like, yeah, people might have not shared the view that you revived the server. They were pretty comfortable when the server was a dead server, and then it became a pumper server.
Well, so
we're
the-
still the minority in that situation because
Yeah, I
like
agree.
we cannot like if people are blaming us for changing the server, like what are they doing then? Because we are just one guild with barely 40 members.
it's not that bad anymore. The barely 40 members, but
Back then
back
we were
then.
barely 40 members, and like how did we change the server?
You
mean-
upset the status quo, which was you could safely take your Hearthstone to Kargoth and just run into Blackrock Mountains with all your well buffs, and you didn't have to bother with summons or whatever and plan out getting buffs together with the other guys in the guild, stuff like that. It changed.
Well, we were individual in the sense that we did things only with the guild. We didn't want to do it with others. Until the coalition for world bosses, but that's different. We were strong enough to fend for ourselves. And we basically, I don't know, swept the wheelchair out of Epic Fabrican's feet. Like,
Ooh.
it's not like Alliance was gonna sit on the side anymore. And why Alliance was complaining about that, I have no idea. It's like they enjoyed being, I don't know, in hiding.
Yeah, Alliance was really quiet before you came. And I still think most of the Alliance are quite quiet and they're not relevant really either.
No,
even
but
even memories tend to avoid conflict to every single regard. They even have the members told that they can't speak on the Bloodfang Discord.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's what happens when your average age is 40 years old and you don't want to have fun in a 50-year-old game. 15, sorry. Like, part of this for us is the community that we have. We like to have fun. I want people's personalities to shine, and for better and for worse, like, just have fun. But don't be way out of line. And I guess you could say we have at several occasions been exactly that, but how many feelings have you heard, you think, Logan?
Many, I think.
How much fun have we had? Was it worth
A
it?
lot.
Yes. Like,
So
sorry, Jerry, go on.
how long was it before you took both BWL and MC times?
Mm,
I'm not sure if we tried MC at all.
yeah, we did
really.
MC first week.
We did MC first week.
But you
But-
took both times on the same night, right?
I don't think so.
No, we took MC first week, I think, and BVL after. It wasn't long,
Okay.
at least. At least for Circus. So we showed our dominance, which is what we wanted.
Yeah, for me, that's when I realized that you guys were for real and not just PvP bombers. You actually did know how to PvE as well.
Oh, to be fair, I feel like we have some 10 or 15 people that are really into PvP, and the rest always has been like PvE boys. And I think we have really healthy balance on that. Like, because we have so many PvPers, they kind of also include the PvE boys to the PvP, and they get some experience on that. And like everybody gets to experience everything on some sort of level, and I think that's one of the things that makes us like a nice guild to be in. To be fair.
There's a lot of experience in the guild, and all you need in World PvP is a couple of strong voices that know what to do. Then you just need sheep that follow and know how to press buttons. So there's a good balance there.
Yeah, it's basically about coordination.
Yeah, and our coordination isn't the best, but it still holds up. So I'm not kidding. Without multi-boxers, I don't think any horde guild can wipe us. There's absolutely no way.
Well,
They can try, but I don't think there's a way.
there's another thing. It's called the element of surprise, and it's really powerful as well.
But I have to also like argue against that because like I already hinted at it that we have a lot of people with horde characters on this server. I myself have more than one level 60 on this server. I'm actually supposed to start raiding with one of the horde guilds on the server as well. I'm not gonna mention which, so they don't get grief and I don't get griefed. But like we can like easily scout the horde as well if we want to. If we are getting surprised, it's on us really for being lazy and not looking out.
Yeah, true. True.
Like if we get wiped, it's basically comes down to we did a poor job scouting.
And
Okay.
that's also the thing that we usually try to say to people that are getting mad over us doing PvP. Because you can always prepare and you can always like just not be wearing a blindfold when running in, basically. It's not hard. It may take you 2 minutes extra time, but like if it saves you 2 hours of work, why not do it?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been on my guildmates a lot on when dispelling was the thing. I told them all the time to keep up the trash buffs while running to Blackrock Mountains and buy the scrolls of intellect and agility as well. That way it takes multiple dispels before you lose your world buffs. People still got dispelled and they didn't do the scrolls or whatever they could. To me it was like, okay, but you could have at least tried to counter the dispels, but they still wouldn't do it.
It's just being lazy and ignorant, in my opinion. If you ever get dispelled, like you're just stupid.
And like dispelling has been on the table lately a lot because of well, Genesis has made some waves at least,
Yep.
and all the respect to the Genesis boys for doing that. I don't necessarily like dispelling. I don't think anybody really does, but like it's usually your own fault if you get dispelled in a major city. Like there's no reason to get dispelled in Stormwind or Orgrimmar. No reason at all.
Yeah, it happens on Horde side as well. There's a Night Elf priest called Buy Buffs or something. Is really proud of dispelling people.
Well, we have Dispellinator and Burgeonator and Mud Hut, and we also had Burger Flipper and like
Oh, Burger Flipper.
there's a lot of different things.
Well,
going
several of
against
those
us.
names are actually Alliance mains, though. Any Vendetta people out there?
I feel like after the whole gate opening, we've had really sour relations with Vendetta, even though they tell us that according to their Nordic values, they're not holding grudges and they think highly of
Nordic
us.
values.
That's a meme
Yeah, I said the same, Drew.
in our guild due to them claiming that they have higher standards. When I was talking with Venadin in Bloodfang Discord, actually, there were a lot of people back then there, like Unity folks, Epic Fabric, and people. Marlowe was there, and we had this discussion about why we colluded and like how it affected the realm and was it wrong or not. And they took the moral high horse, but they also do some questionable shit. So, and like even during the fucking war effort, they basically shat on us, even though we were definitely carrying our weight.
Okay.
And
But
even more than that.
Vendetta wasn't in on the collusion, right?
They were asked to be. I've even shared the screenshots in the Alliance GM Discord and on Bloodfang Discord because I asked Memories and Vendetta to participate.
And Memories did, right?
Yes, Memories did.
Yeah, but who cares about memories? They don't talk. Only Turtles was basically in that coalition, according to people.
But were you the guys that took the initiative to start the
I
collusion?
I was the guy that basically masterminded the beginning of it. It turned out to be a like fucking kindergarten, so I kind of steered away of all the management of it. But yes, on the last night before the patch hit, I just thought about it and sent a message to Memories and Vendetta and Unity and Fabriken and Ambitions.
Okay.
And then we had a small talk for like an hour, and there was our nice little coalition.
So what was the plan beforehand?
For us or the coalition?
Both.
For us, it was to get multiple mounts, but obviously it's such brain melting experience.
You wanted 4, right?
4 or 5, I think, but we never got that far. People really started waning off after the first one, and really, like most people were out of the hives after the second one, because like it was just so rough being there, like multiple hours a day and never sleeping and having to PvP and like keep control of the hives and dealing with Burger Flipper and all that.
Oh, yeah.
It was an experience, and the plan for the coalition was to secure at least certain amount of mounts for everyone. Like there were, it is what it is. Ambitions, Memories, Epic Fabric, and us, and Unity, and we tried to help the guilds that had a bit harder time farming.
So did you have a set amount of mounts available for the guilds?
Well, everybody kind of started with 2, so that everybody would get at least 2 was the goal.
Okay. So how did it turn out?
I think it is what it is. Got at least maybe 3 or 4. Fabriken got maybe 2. Ambitions got 2. We got 2. Memories got 1 or 2. I think it went fine. Like even though there was a lot of backlash, but I don't think a lot of that backlash went to anybody else than me and Turtles. Because I was really open about it in the Discord, and I was like talking about it and just answering questions.
Well, we had some backlash on the Horde side. Some the guilds involved were banned from certain pugs and
Eminem's
stuff
bug.
like that. Yeah, he eventually lifted that ban. I don't know if that affected people too much, to be honest.
I mean, there was a lot of backlash though. Vendetta came out saying we were server ruiners. There was so much drama.
But was that really about the collusion? Wasn't that about you guys not opening the gates on first
Well,
reset or whatever?
No.
They are claiming that we did not want to open the gates and that we're slowing down, but also like they wanted to deny mounts from us. So
Yeah, the funny thing is here that Vendetta's initial goal was to outfarm everyone, secure their 1 mount, and open the gates. And deny. They thought it would be funny to deny like for example Turtles mounts and other speedrunning guilds memories. So that was their goal, right? Then when we were done farming our 2 mounts, we said to all the alliance guilds that we were gonna 100% focus on the war effort, get it done ASAP. Even made like a schedule for them and asked for help, and that's when the shit started coming.
People did think that we were trying to control and tell them what to do at that point, but in our point of view, it was like you did want these gates open, and now we're turning our full focus on this, and we're ready to take even the Horde side on this. Like, I think we did maybe 30 or 40% of some of the turn-ins on Horde side. I have a 3-hour fucking video of me turning in mats on Horde side, and like, I
But
don't understand how people reacted to all of that.
No, I don't get it. Like, what were they annoyed about in the end? Was it that you went in yet again and said like, "Look at me, I'm the leader now," and
I think so.
decided how the war effort was gonna be?
I mean, Vendetta took a lot of pride in being the lead guild for the war effort, right? But
Oh yeah,
at the end of the day, though, Turtles contributed more. I'll say that with a straight face. I'm 100% certain with it. And they were pissed because their bug farm was so bad. They had so much left. And then when I come out and say, "Yeah, we're done with 2, and we're gonna farm war effort now. You guys should help us." I guess that triggers some buttons.
Yeah.
But this is what they wanted. They wanted gates open. They said they care about getting the raid open. Raiding. They're all about PV. Instead, they took it the wrong way for some reason. And
Pewbs, did your mic die?
you got the stroke.
He may have DC'd or something. Yeah, there was a lot of like weird drama around it. I guess I kind of understand why, but I don't understand how hostile people became about it.
Yeah. But
It's only a game after all.
can't you give some backstory as to what sort of guild Vendetta is? To me, it seems like they are similar to It Is What It Is. Like, it's a huge guild with a bunch of raiders and bunch of raid teams, and they seem to get their power from their numbers. Is that correct?
I don't actually even know. Like, to me, they're kind of unknown. I know a few people from the guild. I know that they're from Firemaw. I know that like they did, I guess, decently on Firemaw. And like prior to the war effort drama, I had nothing against them at all. Like nothing negative, nothing really positive either. So they're kind of neutral and unknown to me. And I don't think they are that big. They're definitely bigger than us for sure. But like I don't know how many raiders they have or what kind of situation they are in. They barely talk in the Bloodfang Discord or participate. I barely see them like in the world. So I don't really know. And to me, they were always kind of like memories, but there always were like rumors about them griefing progress on Cossack kills and shit like that on Firemaw. So that's like all I had
Okay.
from them.
Well, I tried to reach out to some of their members when I did my research for this episode, but I couldn't get anybody of them to talk, and I don't think they are so involved in the community. Like, they didn't seem to know about the podcast. That really hurt my feelings.
I think after the gates opening, like there's a direct like correlation of their members posting anywhere after the fact of what went down. Like they just stopped talking or being social in the community. I think almost none of them post in the officer Discord either. So like They're like ghosts at the moment to me.
But they didn't have an scepter either, right?
They got one.
Okay.
So they got their goal, but now they're basically in hiding.
Okay. Did it try to grief players in Moonglade as well?
I don't really know.
No. I mean, we held Horde for how long?
I don't know because I think I put it really out there that I did not really like the idea of just holding back.
Oh no, but we were holding Horde on their quests, like PvPing, holding down Duskwood, for example.
Yeah, but at some point, I think it was a bit too much with all the trash talk in Discord and
Yeah, it got too much, but for us that was really funny. But when Alliance says that we're griefing them for holding Horde back, so we're griefing the server, our faction, for actually PvPing the Horde. It's so twisted. That's why I hate Alliance on this server. Because they only react when it affects them directly. And it's only negative when it affects them negatively. So we can fight the Horde, but if it affects their ability to do something, it's bad.
Okay, so once you came in and took over the war effort, you called out some guilds and you called them inferior guilds, and that they didn't put up with their numbers. How was that received?
did we?
Yeah,
I probably
was-
said something like that, direct quote. Well, that's true though. We were getting all the shit for not participating and contributing, while when we weren't even trying, we were like top 5 or top 3 on the server or something. Irrelevant numbers, like who cares about that? And yeah, I did say exactly that. And how's that received? I mean, they probably got furious with me.
Oh, this is why Immortal and Empire hate you.
Yeah, but I mean, the guy said he would punch me in the face for circle jerking in the game. So I mean, they can just grow up, honestly.
Oh
Like-
yeah, now I remember this.
Yeah, so I did say that. 100% mean it. Still do. I think there are only like 2 or 3 alliance guilds on this server that matters. The rest are just raid loggers or pacifists that prefer to be under a rock rather than fighting Horde back. And cries on the Discord.
well,
Okay, it wasn't received well. I can at least say that, but like it was a situation where like we were blamed for not doing our part, and we were like we've always been a small guild. We've never had more than 55 people in our roster, and that was with a lot of trials, and most of which were released, I think, and like expecting us to do more than a 100-member guild is just ridiculous to me because we're not like that big on playing this game and grinding shit. Like what we do does not require us to like sweat hard or put a lot of hours in the game. Like we just want to have fun in this game, and like expecting us to contribute more than a bigger guild is just ridiculous to me.
it's not to me. Not when you have the attitude that you're calling out other guilds for being inferior and shit like that. Of course, they're gonna want you to like back up your talk.
But that was after the war effort where we actually did a lot. Like,
I think I said it before.
oh, did you?
I can't remember the timetable, but
Okay. Well, maybe I'm just quiet about this because I obviously don't know enough.
maybe
Okay.
it was during actually.
Okay, but we can leave that topic. Meanwhile, this was happening. You got some members banned as well for the drama involving a company I can't even remember the name of, but it was Kane, Winky, and
Gallawix.
Gallawix, yeah.
Yeah, so to touch on that, Tokane was the leading, like he handled all the gold on US servers for Gallawix, the community. And on EU, the leader there got exposed for RMT, real money trading, with gold. And that affected the whole Gallawix leadership. And they all got permad. Kitty and Brinky are friends with Tokane. They have had their accounts logged in at Tokane's place, or even been to Tokane's place, logging into their accounts, like on a LAN, because they live very close together, and that's the all the juice there is.
Tolkien obviously can probably talk more about his Gallawix experiences, and he has had his public interview on Us Mongols and all that shit. But like, to me, obviously it was kind of sad seeing 3 pumpers getting banned, and like Winky had his Warlock getting banned, which was at that point his alt. But like Kitty and Tolkien were kind of main raiders on the characters that got suspended at that point. Both got overturned briefly, at least on Tolkien's side, and Kitty has ever since been unbanned. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's as much drama about that as people make it to be.
But people want it to be about the colluding and all that. That's what they believe it is, and still do.
Of course.
But it's not even connected to that at the slightest.
And Blizzard basically also made a blue post about it, stating that if you are in any like association with Gallawix any longer, you'll just get suspended and risk losing your account. So basically, Tolkien became toxic at that point, like toxic account to be associated with, and everything that was associated with him got banned. And like, but now he's fine, and like I don't know what there is to be said.
How did it affect you as a guild?
Well, first of all, Kitty and Tokane were supposed to be Scarab Lords, so it eased the grind for us. We lost.
Oh, great.
Well, we lost 2 pumpers, so you could say our roster was thinned out a bit. Like we said, sorry.
But I think like it also was like a nice thing for us in a sense that we're not good recruiters. We're really bad at it, to be honest. But when we are like forced to recruit, like we were missing a hunter, so that kind of pushed us to get more people in and to get the replacements. So I think there was at least some positive about it.
Yeah,
on that sense as well.
Yeah, I think those guys were quite notable as well. Tokane was like rank top 5 in the world.
And Kitty is rank 1 Feral Druid.
Yeah. To me, that was the most impressive player I have ever seen on Bloodfang. Checking his logs, it was just insane. Holy shit.
Yeah, but he's still a cat, so.
Yeah, but he did more damage than some of your warriors.
Yeah,
that's because they are bad.
Yeah, that's like they get to hear about it. Like, there's no reason a cat should out DPS a warrior. Or
even if it's the best cat in the world.
Oh, mathematically speaking, there is no reason for that. Like,
all props to Kitty, he's the best cat in the world, but the Browns getting beat by him are bad.
Oh.
And they know. Don't worry about that.
And Kitty also knows that he's playing a meme spec, but like he's really great player in the sense that he finds something that interests him and makes it work. And he really is a talented player. So I would love to see him on a warrior or a rogue. Like he would probably beat so many people.
Yeah. And we do reward him for his performance and all that. So
Most geared.
he does get recognized for being the pumper is. Like being brought to a speedrun as a kitty, that's a feat in itself, if you would ask me. So
Yeah, but he's really putting in the effort. Of course, he's at a disadvantage, but he makes up for it, in my opinion.
Yes,
For
it
sure.
does.
Anything else you want to bring up about the collusion and those times prior to AQ?
Vendetta, you need to grow up.
Maybe you should interview Vendetta next or Memories.
They,
and
they
get
are
their
both
view.
they are both welcome. I've spoken to one guy from Memories. He didn't know about the podcast, but I
a
told
good
him
look.
that he's very welcome. I spoke to some Vendetta guys. Moby, whom I've heard was one of the guys that called you out, and as well that he said that the Epic Fabrican were gonna get griefed and never have any Scarab mount.
Yeah.
He didn't want to speak with me.
Yeah, but he's also the guy that said he wanted to deny people Scarlord, including turtles. So maybe you should talk to him.
And like this is all speculation, but somebody deleted us or all our contributions from the Alliance for effort sheet. I have no idea who it was, but like at that point, I did not think that anybody else had any beef with us but Vendetta. So I think it was some Vendetta member, and I feel like it was a really low blow, like making us look that we're not contributing at all, even though like we did tens of thousands of bandages and copper and iron.
Yeah,
Like,
that's really salty.
No, it's
I,
just the Nordic pride getting in the way of actual sense.
Oh man.
and we're all Nordic in this guild almost, so it was
Yeah,
so
but we're the
funny
good
to
kind.
us.
We're the good kind of Nordic, and they're the bad. That's why we are.
Which kind? Which kind are you?
They're a Norwegian guild, right? And Swedish. So it's just pure toxicity, and that doesn't work.
Aren't you Norwegian?
Yeah, but my guild is international.
Yeah, but you're not the toxic kind of Norwegian, right?
I'm toxic as fuck.
Can attest to this.
Okay,
But
so
Just listen to his calls on raids.
yeah,
People make Nemco look like a bad person by taking his outburst out of context, but it's not that rare to be called dogs in our raids.
yeah, I don't know.
what's he like really? Like, tell us, Lagenberg.
He's fine. Obviously, if like he gets good calls, I think a lot of our raids would be a lot worse if he didn't do what he's doing. But he's not like solely doing it because like even though he does most of it, whenever Pewbs gets quiet, we also have other people to step in and just talk. We don't have like that sort of a structure where we have only one raid leader that's Pewbs, and no everybody else needs to shut up and listen to him. We kind of just go and zook zook.
Okay, so when one guy gets tilted, the next guy takes over until he's tilted, and then you have a third guy.
Now we have like two main raid leaders. It's me and then it's Pizza. Because I get tilted whenever I die in a speedrun. Or when we wipe or fuck up.
Or we do something stupid that should
Yeah.
not happen.
So I'm basically a train that never stops unless I get off the tracks, which I do when I die or something goes really, really bad. So then we have Pizza taking over usually.
Okay.
So it's like a good dynamic, I feel like.
It is really good.
It's part of our success. Like all credit to my officers, like they're the best.
I actually think that might be a good idea to have a backup guy taking over if the first guy gets tilted, because that happens.
It's nothing that we've like talked about or set ourselves. It's just natural. I think.
It's just our natural reaction to shit that happens.
Yeah.
I think it's part of what makes us so strong. Because we're good at handling different situations. Like my main thing, what I do is just keep the pace and keep warriors going. And since warriors are the key to speedruns, that's why we do so well.
And like we never practice anything really, or prepare to anything. Like we might post our Cthulhu placements minute before the raid and shit like that, and we just adapt to everything. Like we do everything on the fly. So we place a lot of trust in our raid leading, even though it's not planned. It's just like so go ahead, pump, kill. Our melee meetings are basically like just pump, use consumables.
That's all we say in the melee meeting. Just pump.
Just pump. Like we trust in the people that we have in the guild to know best how to play their character, and they don't require like it would be foolish to assume that everybody requires micromanagement or like strong leading. We just give like general direction and tell them to pump.
This surprises me a lot. Like, aren't you posting graphs of Sunder armors and stuff like that?
Yeah, sure. Like Sunders were an issue a while ago. Like it took 20 seconds to get 5 stack of Sunders in a speed run.
Unacceptable.
And that's something that I was really mad about. And like we do it after every raid. We check how many Sunders every warrior cast, and like there's not a requirement. But if somebody like stands out really badly, they did for like 7 Sunders in a raid. That's unacceptable because it kind of relays a message that they are not willing to put in the effort for the guild, or they are just late in to the fight, so there's no point sundering. And both are mistakes, in my opinion.
Both unacceptable.
Yeah.
So then there is a certain amount of micromanagement anyways.
Well, it's not necessarily micromanagement. We just tell them, like, you need to sunder. And I don't think that's micromanagement in the sense, because we just try to make them understand that the mobs die faster if they're having no armor. And it will make their logs look a lot better because they do more damage. So it's their interest as well to sunder the mobs. It's not fun to use your first Bloodthirst on a full armor mob and see it doing 50% less damage than if you waited for 1.5 seconds and cast a Sunder, while everybody else does that as well.
It's true. Okay, let's get into some drama. Oh, excited. So I've talked around with some Alliance guys, and the perception was, in my view of what they said, like they perceive you as some neckbeard elitists.
I think this is the point where Pewbs needs to do face reveal.
Face reveal happens next speedrun, next circus.
it was promised last circus.
Sorry, Jerry, but this is happening next speedrun. Face reveal of Piggy OFC. It's happening.
Like, people would be surprised, like what kind of people we are. There's a lot of university students, people that are like studying. Then there's the dads. We have at least 2 confirmed dads, and both of them work as well. We have some young people. We have some older people, like plus 30 years old. And like, to be fair, probably the most neckbeardest person in this guild is me.
How come?
Well, it's Corona in Finland, and like I literally quit my job so I could pump more and would not have to care about Corona and do my shitty-ass job and started studying again. So I'm basically the one that's sacrificed probably like social responsibility just to be able to pump more and have fun more. Because
Yeah.
studying is fun and you get to have fun in that sort of atmosphere, and you're not basically bound by your work. So I would call myself the biggest neckbeard in the guild.
So one aspect of why you are perceived like that was the capitalist thing. That's due to, I think, yeah, they portrayed you in a way that you try to control the server. You want the power, and you want to be able to, for instance, set the prices for the DMT buffs.
I think it started with Mörnak, one of our dads, who deemed that it's not worth it for him to sell buffs because waiting for the eyes to become friendly takes so much time that he would be better off by farming tribute himself, sharding the blues and just selling the pots. So he thought that he would sell it for 10 gold with 15 gold if the person wanted to get summoned. And whenever somebody started undercutting him, he just dropped the price to 0. And then there were few people, at least 2 or 3, that followed him. 2 of them are main hunters and 1 as hunter alt. And some of those people also messaged people like, I don't know exactly what, but usually asking them to set the price at 10 gold. And if they did not, they just dropped the price to 0 gold and giving the buffs for free. Yeah, sure,
but
you can be mad about that, but I don't think there's drama in there, at least for me.
yeah, but the thing is that like some guy felt a bit, I quote, felt threatened by him being approached that he should bump up his prices to set a fixed price.
I wonder why, because we obviously don't go actively griefing Alliance, and yes, you could say that it is griefing that we give buffs out for free. Sure, but there's nothing is ever gonna happen if you don't oblige to some individual Turtles member asking you to bump up prices. The people are not officers, they are not in any sort of power. And sure, they can amass people around them and maybe do some stupid shit, but I don't think anybody should feel threatened if somebody asks you to bump up the price.
No, I don't know. It's kind of year 2020 thing. Like someone says something, you're like, oh man, I'm hurt by that.
To me, it is a bit weird, and if somebody says something that I don't like, you can I just ignore them or just /ignore them if they're rude. I don't
Yeah.
see the issue there, at least.
But on the other hand, I can understand how you guys can come across as a bit aggressive since you have this tendency to zerg the Discord. You guys, you go fucking tribal sometimes on Discord. It's like if someone says something to a Turtles member, even on an individual level, then you come back with 10 guys and you post gifs and you go drama, drama, drama.
Well, to explain that as well, first of all, I've always been against that. I've told people not to gang up on people, and if there's usually when it was against Pewbs, I've told literally everyone to not go and fucking rally the fucking troops and get behind Pewbs. Let him fucking handle his stuff alone. It looks bad for him if everybody just comes and starts spurging around it. It eats away his credibility in my eyes, at least. So I don't agree with the zerking. Second, we have always around, say, 10 or 15 people in Discord setting and having fun and playing together. Be it WoW or be it something else. So the news travels really fast. When somebody notices it, everybody gets to know. So it's not necessarily that people are amassing, but when there's something that we deem funny or maybe ridiculous sometimes, people come and have fun about it. That's how I see it. I don't really like it, but I'm not going to judge people that are going to have fun.
Yeah, I get that perspective. It's been the same in my guild on some occasions where we have been taunted on the Discord, and eventually the guildmaster or some officer just goes, "Nobody responds to this," and then one guy can't seem to apply by that, and all of a sudden 5 guys have responded to it.
We had one member that's really, or was really the true Discord spurg, and he acknowledges it himself as well. He doesn't play with us anymore, but if name Winky says anything, like
Yeah.
he never adhered to that rule.
Did
No,
you have to put him down?
You can't put Brinky down. Brinky
Oh.
is Brinky. But people just get offended by everything though on the server. Like
Yeah.
they bark about everything being subjective and people being entitled to their own opinion, but if our opinions don't match theirs, then it's hell on earth. And turtles are the worst people.
But the thing is, Pewbs, do you get offended by bald shaming? Because that came up, and one of your members, Akisha, whatever, she's a girl, right? She apparently got offended by Kathys being called out as an egghead, and then you
Well,
went in to kind of defend. My perception is that you went in to defend Akisha because she got involved in an argument, and all of a sudden you're taking a stance on a subject that I don't think that you care about at all.
when you spam someone for being an egghead like 20 times in the span of 1 minute, I think you're just being a dick. And I honestly think Marlowe is a dick.
And that's like I also commented that on that in our Discord, because like to me it was bullying, and I understand that people don't like Kathys. I personally have nothing against him. He has never done anything bad to me. Like we rarely have any issues with each other. At least I don't think there's any bad blood between us. But like people really gang up on him and like making it about his appearance is just a cheap shot. Like I don't like it at all. And I pointed it out in our Discord when the Akisha thing went down. And I 100% agree with him, but I just didn't want to take it in the Bloodfang Discord because it's already too much drama for me, and I usually try to steer away from it. But yeah, I think it's cheap to make it about people's appearances, and especially if you're hiding behind an avatar.
But what's funny to me is that he being Marlowe says that everything is subjective, right?
Yeah.
And he thinks we are bullying people. But when I make a stand, because my values are that I don't want to see bullying, and I think Kathys was being bullied. My relationship with Kathys is like neutral. I don't really communicate much with the guy, but when I saw that, it's a bit too much for me. And I don't know about Marlowe, but he basically stopped responding to my messages too. So
Okay, well,
Like I understand why people want to trigger Kathys because he reacts like easily, and I understand where it comes from that people don't like him as well because he sometimes sets a password on Void Chat or bans
yeah.
people, but that also happens to him. It's constant tit for tat between Kathys and Alliance people, and it's never ending, and people are like really surprised when some shit is going down. when somebody offends him or the other way around. It's just constant war, and people just don't seem to understand that if you just live your life and leave each other alone, nothing's gonna happen.
But it seems like after this, Kathys at least has the narrative of you stabbing him in the back after not helping him in Moonglade. So I kind of think that when you defended him for being an egghead, which is offensive, I'm sorry, shouldn't have said that.
It's fine.
But I say that you entered a bond with him. And since you guys are power-hungry turtles and he is the major of Stormwind, you both had something to gain from it. And then, of course, you stab him in the back, even though he offered gold that would have helped you in next progression, which he claimed himself.
Well, he never
And
offered.
that had a huge blowback because you got banned from the world chat after that.
Oh, that wasn't targeted
Boom.
against turtles, though, according to Kathys. So
But like about that, I can at least give the view from Turtles how that evening went down. We were raiding. We one of our rogues have had the quest line uncompleted for a long time, like months, and he's been struggling getting people to kill the rakes in Ashenvale because so few spawns and like the respawns take a long time and it's boring as fuck. So after the raid, we had mandatory session of dragon farming, and we got the shard or fragment fast, so we could go to Moonglade, just finish the quest line, and we just kind of went. It wasn't really like a big deal. And after that, we had the reaction, and obviously there were a few members kind of stirring up the drama after that. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was not the best way to handle the situation, but I at least don't think that we actively tried to backstab him, because I don't think there's anything agreed between us, and it's kind of like I don't hate Kathys, but I also think that was kind of entitled to thinking that we owe him anything.
I think Kathys saw me as a friend, and I guess we were some sort of friends. Like we did one MC together. He hardest onslaught for me.
Yeah, that's deep.
That goes very deep. Trust
Yes.
me.
How many times have we
And-
lost Oslo?
But for all I was concerned, right? Kathys posted an ad in the Bloodfang Discord how he was looking for people to help him in Moonglade. He never approached me directly about turtles helping him. For all I know, he could have been done. Because I didn't talk to him on a daily basis. Like, he wouldn't have told me if he already had the event sorted. Why don't you just ask me directly as the GM of Turtles? Yo, can you guys help me? Or do you have someone close to being at the Moonglade event and I can tag along?
I don't think we would have even taken the 1.5k gold, because that's like
No,
that's kind of peanuts.
that's
to be fair.
irrelevant. And
Yeah.
why don't you just approach your friend directly then, if that's what I am? When I'm the GM of Turtles and I essentially can tell people, yo, we're going here. And they will.
So it's actually that he just found out that you did it without telling him.
Correct. And I don't feel his entitlement is warranted in this situation.
Yeah.
We had been raiding AQ, BVL, MC, farming some fragments. Been at it like 2.5, 3 hours. Like, I'm there with the boys. I'm not gonna go looking for people to help in Moonglade. That's just not what I do. So that entitlement really rubbed me off the wrong way.
Okay.
And what followed is most of Turtles getting banned rapidly from World Chat, followed by Kathys then starting to ban other randoms.
Yeah,
In-
clearly unrelated then.
In an attempt to... I think he was just cloaking the fact that he was targeting Turtles. Because that's how he's playing it now.
Yeah, but he brushed it over, banning some randoms.
Yeah. And I'm probably gonna get a few angry PMs for saying this, but I think the stuff like that, entitlement, like feeling like people owe you stuff when they don't. I don't like that.
And like to me, like the whole world chat thing is like I'm coming from long background of private servers, and like world chat has always been the private server thing, and it being abused like this in classic makes me just feel sad. I don't really care if I get banned in world chat because I don't really need it. I have the guild to kind of fix everything for me if I want to, but like it just makes me sad because it destroys kind of part of the community. And on private servers, it was the place to that maybe Bloodfang Discord is now. Nobody was spamming shit in Discords back then, but people were actually just having discussions on world chat. Or depending on server, there were Chinese gold sellers and botters and shit like that.
I don't even check world chat.
No, world chat is irrelevant to us the way it is on retail classic. But on Kathys though, like one more thing, turtles. We haven't really had much against Kathys. A few individuals does, but the general consent is that we're neutral with the guy or friendly with him. Why would you go after one of the few guilds that actually like treats you well? Chew on that one.
Because you had a deep friendship. You failed to acknowledge that.
Yeah, well, being unstable and entitled, it's not reason for doing something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. It's very odd to me as well. But about your private server history, Lagenberg.
If this is something about Nighthaven and Genesis, I'm not gonna answer.
Why?
It has to be a secret.
Why?
There are some people that are Golga mainly that I know from Nighthaven, and they've apparently been trying to find out who I am, and yeah. I also know their ex guild that they transferred from Zero Effort on Moonglade on Horde side, which also was on Nighthaven. I know Bam, the GM slash main tank. I also know some of the old members that kind of moved around between Alliance and Horde that are now in Maximum Effort, the Alliance guild that's doing decently. Used to be Maximum Effort back in Nighthaven as well, or Elitism rather, and some ancient Guardian people and stuff like that. I just don't really want to be identified. Like,
Would you say you're in hiding, Logan?
no, there's no drama. They were thinking if I was a guy that joined Might of Menethil, but no, I'm not. Like,
Is that the Chaos guy?
um, like there's nothing that you could like. I have nothing against you. You probably should not have anything against me. But I just like I just want to keep it this way.
Holy shit! There's some tension here.
Yeah, this goes deep.
Oh my. Oh, so what do you think, Pewbs? Do you think he molested some kid on private server or what's up?
New
No,
Scarm has been born.
He's not Scarm. Trust me, he's not Scarm.
Okay, no, I would recognize Scarm's voice. I actually like Scarm. Fuck what he did, but he's a decent guy, you know.
His video when he hits rank 14 is kind of cringe though.
Well, Pewbs probably can attest to how much, or if not Pewbs, at least Kitty Paws can attest to how much I hate Scarm.
Yeah.
Did you play with them or what?
I've been playing on the same server as well.
Were you in Salad Bakers on
No.
private server?
I was not on Bakers.
Okay. I'm completely not fishing for information here.
Like, there's nothing in my private server history that makes me anyhow like an interesting person. I just know like things that matter in Classic due to my private server experience. I wasn't like a great player or anything. I wasn't in the top speedrunning guilds in the sense. Yeah, sure, maximum effort did get server first and shit like that on Ellie, but like there's nothing that really matters.
But you get why people get curious about it, because every time someone seems to mention it, you just go completely silent.
Maybe I enjoy it.
Oh, you like the attention?
Yeah, like us turtles have been claimed to be attention hungry and power hungry, so maybe it's all that.
Yeah, but you're doing a bit of the Rapunzel style, the girl that gets locked up in a high tower, and all the knights are below and can't reach you, so you're going to hide.
I'm the princess now.
Yeah,
Bitch.
Princess Lagenberg. That's cute.
It is, but like, there's no reason it should matter who I was.
Okay, but honestly, guys, now, why do you allow weebs in your guild?
I'm a weeb.
No, like
No.
our GM is a weeb. I'm anti-weeb. We have
Holy shit.
Tolkien, we have Kitty, we have Pewbs. That's the three biggest weebs. Maybe
Manto.
Manto. Oh yeah, Neffet.
Nemco.
Oh,
All the ragers. Weebs. Probably got
I
some
had
more.
one rule starting this, and it was no weebs.
Yeah, I have infiltrated, and I'm not sorry. Weebs
You're
out.
on the
Okay,
top.
Okay.
Weeb.
okay. So, Pewbs has a shadow priest called Wendy Rhodes, which is a character from Billions. But it used to
She's
be.
hot though.
It used to be a fucking cartoon character, right?
Yeah,
Susie.
Susan
Yeah.
Strong.
Oh,
Little Susie.
I'm not gonna catch any disease from talking to you, right?
I mean, it will be a good disease at least.
I'm not convinced.
You should ask Torras where I live. I think he knows by now.
so many threats. Have you been
This,
reached by his lawyers already?
you
No.
have to realize that this plays into the whole neckbeard personality.
Well, I don't think any single one of us like show that they're watching anime. Like maybe Kitty has an anime profile picture. Tolkien has had
Nemco.
some, and yeah, Nemco has one. But I don't think Nemco comes across like a weeb. He comes across as
Oh, he's just toxic.
yeah, he comes across as a normal Finnish person to me.
Well, this was a blow.
Are you still in shock now?
Of course. Okay. So let's talk about the Orgrimmar bombings. Was it intentional griefing on specific persons?
No.
No. Although
Uh,
we could have.
the first one was just us. I can't even really remember why it came to be. It was just having fun. We even had I play Pong right in his fucking 60% paladin mount in and bubbling in the middle of Orgrimmar, and then we just rode in without anybody interrupting us. I think there were like some Dawn Mage or Unknown Mage that came across us and did not even Frost Nova us in the tunnel, and we just got freely in, and well, it wasn't that many kills that we got, and we didn't have that many people. But the second one was nice and fun because we actually planned and we jumped from way up high and just exploded everything.
Yeah, I think that was really cool. I don't agree with the blowback that you got, like all the dads going like, "Oh, I spent half my day getting all these buffs only for people to ruin my life."
But That's interesting to me because like I leveled a warrior on Noggenfogger horde, and there's literally corpses of dispellers riddled through Orgrimmar, and like people here, they just either set their heartstone to Crossroads and fly to Orgrimmar to lose their PvP tag, because that's instant. And you can even get summoned when you've taken that flight path, so you don't even lose the flight time worth of buffs. Or
Don't
you
give
can,
them ideas.
like, I'm willing to, like, if it takes me holding their hands to not lose buffs, I'm willing to go that far. Or you can just hide for 5 minutes, lose 5 minutes worth of your 2-hour buffs, and like you cannot be exploded or dispelled. What's the issue?
Yeah, I get it. It's just that we never had to do that.
We do it to blow off some steam after speedruns, after Scarabler grind, all that. Just to
Yeah.
have some fun with the boys and the
It was
girls.
really fun. It was cool.
That's just what it is for us. And if we can hurt some people in the process, that just makes it even better. Or step on some toes.
And usually, like sometimes we might get petty about something, like somebody just fucked up someone's buffs. It was one person, so let's go blow Orgrimmar.
Oh,
Oh, I have targeted plenty of people because they fucked with my buffs.
uh,
That happens.
what
Like-
have you done? Tell me.
I mean, just pestered him for like a week maybe.
That bad?
Or hunted. Well, I do have my own priest, so
Yeah, I only got dispelled once, and it was one of your priests. I think it
that
was.
is very unlucky.
Who was?
I think it was Winky.
Winky doesn't have a priest though.
Okay, it was an officer alt. Dwarf priest.
Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy probably.
Oh, that's Pewbs.
Oh, really?
To be
Yeah.
fair, like our attitude towards dispelling is that it's lame. Like we rarely have dispellers, and shame on you, Pubes, for that. I think now at least one of our members has been camping Orgrimmar after Dawn has been in Stormwind. But like we usually
Dawn been in Stormwind.
No,
not Dawn,
Genesis.
Genesis, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we don't like dispelling because it's so easy to avoid, and it's not fun because you rarely get to dispel people if they take the proper precautions, and you just end up sitting there for hours waiting for somebody. And that's like when, for example, Burger Flipper started dispelling in Stormwind. Like, yeah, sure, it's an inconvenience, but I think I said at that time that he won't do it for long just because it's going to get him bored. It's not fun.
Yeah, how long did they maintain it?
Like 3 weeks.
Really? Even that long?
I mean, he gave up early, in my opinion.
Me
Yeah.
too. It seemed like it took him longer to level up that priest than he maintained dispelling.
Yeah. And he wasted a lot of money buying the gold, so
Yeah, that's true. So you guys play on both factions, right?
I'm actually just about to transfer my Horde character to Bloodfang.
Same for your Pewbs?
no, I'm an alliance loser.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that goes hand in hand with being a weeb.
Exactly.
But is there a bunch of you guys?
Like, look at this.
Is there a bunch of you guys playing in both factions?
We have people leveling hordes. Some
A
people raid.
handful.
Some people raid actively on horde. But
Of course, you have a priest named Dispel.
It's something that you have to have on Noggenfogger.
Well, it's funny now on the Horde side because we actually have started trying to poach some Alliance players.
There we go. I'm going to Bloodfang. Oi.
Transfers happening.
Fucking colluder. But this is why shaming colluding is so retarded. It could basically be us being epic and turtles all at the same time, right?
Yeah, that was actually a joke at some point that we should approach Epic Fabric and then convince them of this ruse that we make everybody believe that we're actually the same guild.
Yeah.
Because people probably would have believed that.
Yeah.
So where do you really draw the line then? When all the possibilities are there to play on both.
Anything else you want to bring up?
I think I had so many things that I would have wanted to talk, but I don't know. For example, I am really feeling or not feeling the game at the moment because of the Nax thing. It's so disgustingly early, and I think a lot of our people feel the same way. And shameless advertisement, we are recruiting. If you want smooth Nax clears, hit us up.
The smoothest.
Yes.
But the early Nax is really off-putting because I feel the AQ speedrunning meta is barely out there.
Like,
There's
how
so
many
much-
circuses have we had? 3? 2?
2. I will have one more. It's way too early.
Okay. When would you have wanted to see it?
I think in maybe 2 months later would have been fine. Like, I think there was like 6 month period during vanilla between AQ and Nax as well. So why not do it now as well? And there's some inside information I could share about TBC as well. It's coming. But
You know.
Everything.
yes, and I think it's also way too soon.
What they're doing is basically rushing everything out.
Yeah,
And
I think they're bleeding players, and that's why they're rushing it out.
Yeah, but that's like both games have kind of sort of a content rot. Like them delaying Shadowlands, for example, makes the players think that, oh, well, might as well unsubscribe and wait for Shadowlands. Now they're pushing Shadowlands week before next launch. And, well, Classic, they probably know that they need to push TBC early on to keep people interested. And Nax is going to be hard, and Nax is going to be the moment where a lot of people will unsubscribe after killing KT or just because there's nothing to do in the game anymore. Like there will be only few guilds probably just keeping clearing Nax until TBC, and I think it's part of that's why they release it at the same time, so people have Shadowlands where to go.
Yeah, it might be so.
but won't most people just wait for TBC then? If they're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
into Shadowlands from the start.
Yeah, it's to me it feels like a gamble because if Shadowlands is not interesting and there's nothing in Nax for you, then you're just unsubscribing and waiting for TBC.
Are you guys gonna play Shadowlands?
We have a lot of people that will.
Honestly, a bit undecided due to the launch with how they time it.
I'm at least not gonna touch retail at the yard long stick. I refunded my Shadowlands as well, so sorry, Pewbs, not coming.
But the launch really puts me off, and I want to focus on Classic.
Okay,
So,
guys.
Like Turtles started as a retail guild, right? So like I haven't been in Turtles before Classic, so I don't know all the history, but Turtles has some history in retail.
a lot of history, and that's probably why our mentality is so different from the majority of other people on the server.
Oh yeah, I actually got a question.
Mhm.
Maybe it should end with the question. It was from a moderator who asked, "Who is your favorite moderator?"
Oh,
It's completely quiet. You don't give a fuck, do you?
has to be agile for me.
Yeah, I was about to say that agile seems at least really cool, and I mean I like Deelattis, but I get less interactions with him than with agile.
It would be the Lattice before Elitism grind, but after agile.
Oh
But
my.
he at least can have some fun. I like his Genesis memes.
It was actually the Deelattis who asked it and then said, "Please lead the question towards me, thanks." Shameless.
Like he has some good jokes at least. I'll give him that, and I like what he's doing with Genesis. So keep on going on that.
Well, hugs and kisses to the Deelattis.
Hey, you're up there. You're a good number 2.
And
Yeah.
I think it's like he participates less than agile, like with at least with us. So I think it's kind of good because of that.
Okay.
I feel like it goes for like I think a lot of us did not like Unity at some point, but
What? Why?
then at the like then we had this sudden change of everything, and suddenly Unity is our best buddies now.
Best buddies? Better than Epic?
Well, we do kill each other, if that's what you're asking.
We PvP them with them a lot, but like I think we have better relations with them than with most of the alliance guilds.
Yeah, but that goes for Epic as well.
Uh.
I just prefer the people on Horde.
Okay, so if the question would be who's your favorite Horde guild?
Right now,
Yeah.
Unity.
Fabriken has kinda like they also kinda talked about it that they've been hibernating a bit. Like to me, it's just that they're not as active and we're not having as much fun around, and we're not getting to enjoy them on the server. So Unity is currently my pick as well. But I like Epic as well. There's so many nice people in that guild.
Yeah,
Okay.
Danielson is my favorite person, and he's in Epic.
And he has the best fucking playlist on Spotify.
Yeah, he's my boy, actually.
There's also some graphic material of you and Danielson from back in the hives.
Yeah, we were dance partners.
Nice.
Nameless.
Maybe that's a deeper friendship than the one with Kathys.
For sure.
If you share the hive with one, it really leaves.
You actually went there. Yeah, once you share a hive, you're bros forever. That's how it is.
And I think we will end on that note.
Yeah.
Thank to you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.